Hey guys, this is James here from FATMMA. Welcome to the show. As you can see, we're going to have some interesting subjects to talk about tonight. So I'm going to hand you off to Mr. Brett Turner. Brett, so what do you want to say tonight?
Welcome everybody to FATMMA's UFC 183 pay-per-view post-fight production. This young lady to my left, your right, is actually my brother. Don't be fooled. You know, he's not available.
She's very well taken.
But yeah, spoken for. I want to give it up to James. Not only is he our production manager at this point, but I'm thinking about promoting you, James, to makeup artist as well.
Definitely. I think I did a very good job against Miss Adam Dina here.
Expanding the divisions, and we're looking for management in different areas. Of course, it would only be essential, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, in all seriousness, though, beautiful women being left aside, the 183 post-fight. I'm gonna start off by talking about Thiago Alves' win over the young Jordan Mean. Now, I did make my prediction, and I don't like saying I told you so, but in this one area, I knew it. I've never counted Thiago Alves out. I will not.
Well, it was 2-1 odds against you. We both said it was going to end with Jordan Mean, and it did not happen.
The thing is, I try not to play in those kinds of things because I'll never forget that at one time, actually, all three of us together.
Oh, yeah.
There was a time we never bet against Alves, except for when he fought with George St. Pierre. Though, there was a time we were always on his side. But the question is he relevant? With that fight tonight, he did take a lot of damage at the same time. He got the job done, just like I thought. As soon as he put Jordan Mean on the other end of one of his amazing touches, dang, it just happened to be one kick to the body. That's all it takes. Is he relevant today? Can he make another title run? Probably not, but is he always going to be a gatekeeper?
Shuttle run?
Shuttle run. Can he be a gatekeeper? Oh, absolutely. He's still dangerous. He is very dangerous. I knew that 100%. I'm very proud of him. It's badass. Your thoughts?
My thoughts was, personally I thought Jordan Mean was going to go ahead and take it within the first two rounds. And you know what? It didn't happen. First round, Jordan Mean came up banging. He came out showing what he's all about. But the second round, it was a leg kick to his liver that made him calf over, and then after that, he's got finished.
Yeah, it was definitely a bad kick. I mean, it hurt. Jordan Mean dropped. I mean, he wins. That's it.
So, Adam Dina here. Do you have any your post fights on this?
I'm a pretty girl.
All right, you hear from the queen herself here, and you know what? I'm going to move on the topic here, the next subject of Tim Boetsch against Taz, ladies. I was going for Tim Boetsch nonstop. So was my buddy here, Brett. We're both yelling Boetsch. We're all into it, and you know what? He came out strong. Throughout the first round, he was just doing what he did, and you know what? It just didn't cut it. Like, he got caught. And then he fell on the ground. And as soon as he went on the ground, I was like, oh, no, that's not the place that Boetsch wants to be in. It ended up into him being just submitted.
Tim Boetsch was doing all the right things. He was doing what Tim Boetsch does. But Talis Ladies was definitely the sharper fighter tonight. At the end of it all, as soon as it hit the ground, I kind of knew, And that's
most
a
definitely.
Shame. It's a shame because I've always been a Boetsch man. I've always been on the side of screaming Boetsch.
Well, I thought it was Boetsch!
Boetsch!
Why? Why'd you have to do it?
And when it started to go down, you know what? He started to go down, and that's a terrible deal.
Especially because Taz Ladies, we all know how dangerous he's off on the ground.
You know what? Talis Ladies is no doubt advanced. Adam over here talked about it. As beautiful as he's looking, or she's looking tonight. We have to remember that her intelligent prediction happened to
was
be
actually correct.
It was correct.
And me and you were down on this one. So let's ask the pretty lady himself to see what happened.
Let's talk.
So, Miss Adam Dina. So, what was your prediction on this one?
I'm a pretty girl.
So when he says pretty girl, he says basically, in my way I'm going to interpret this was he knew he was right. He knew what happened. So we're going to move to the next one.
Well, what I think Adam was really mean in there was that Talus Ladies has been doing the homework and the hard work these last couple of years to get on that tear, and to come back. The question is, can Talus Ladies make another run now? I mean, this is a few fights.
You know, he actually wasn't too bad on the feet. Like, his boxing was pretty sound, if you ask me.
He didn't do too bad. You know, Boetsch caught him with Boetsch being the more powerful striker.
His right hand was just showing what his face happened.
Talus Ladies was able to walk, back up and stand on his feet through all of that. So, I have to agree with you, Adam. Thank you very much for pointing out your opinion.
I'm glad me and you can speak Adam Dina.
Absolutely.
Okay, so our next fight was Joe Lauzon against Aliquida. And as you can tell, we were talking...
Shout out David Lauzon.
Oh, yeah. David Lauzon. I'm sorry. I keep on fucking messing it up. So, as you can tell here, there's a couple of us, maybe all of us, going with the whole entire Aliquida. And you know what? We are sorry. Or, more of fact, I'm sorry. You showed me that you can take down a person who has a lot of heart, a lot of fighting in him. It was just... Oh, man. I did not expect to go that way, but you know what? Good job to you, sir. You showed me that I can be wrong, and it was a really good fight. And Joe Lauzon tried to show what he had heart. He did have a lot of heart in that fight. Brett?
Joe Lauzon has always been one of my favorite fighters. There's no doubt in my
Never
mind.
a boring fight ever.
Never a boring fight. I've
No.
never seen him. There's not a second where he's not trying to win a fight. And in that first round, I thought, he was going to start coming around at the tail end of it. I was like, this is what I'm talking about with Joe Lauzon. He knows how to make it an ugly fight. He's always been a 100% game. I was a little sketchy on the being able to take him down, but I didn't think that was an impossibility if Joe could set up some amazing striking. Joe tonight did everything I needed him to do, but Iaquita just, He wasn't an Iaquita man.
Oh, no, he wasn't.
He was not an Iaquita
He was,
man.
I'm going to show you you're fucking wrong, guy.
He was not there to Iaquita anything.
He quit a Lauzon, if you ask me.
He took Lauzon out clean, and that's a formidable feather on his cap.
Oh, yeah.
Hats off to him. It was a beautiful fight. Lauzon is always going to be respected. I've been watching this guy for years. Al Iaquita is the newer fighter between the two. Good luck to him. I can't wait to see him fight again. Joe Lauzon, always dangerous. He'll be back. I mean, he always comes back because, hey, when you want to have a good fight on a main card, he's not a bad guy to give a holler to.
Most definitely. I got to agree with you 100%. Joe Lauzon, he's one of my favorite fighters. Watching this kid, he just always shows he has heart, tenacity. He wants to impose his will, as some people say, and it was just a fantastic fight.
Adam Dina,
he has actually his own opinion for tonight.
was the one
he was
who
quite
actually
vocal about
called
it.
this fight.
Yeah, he did.
Adam called this fight.
Oh, Adam
very
Dina.
interested to
So,
hear.
let's hear your take on this. I'm a pretty girl. So you heard it from the horse's mouth. I mean, the horse's mouth here yet again that it's a pretty girl.
Well, what I think that Adam Dina is trying to touch on with that statement is that Al Iaquinta is entirely game, ready to go, and you know what? It's time to move over. Guys like Joe Lauzon, they're awesome. They'll always be there, but these guys are coming up to destroy them, and he had his heart set right on Aliquinta the whole time. Never let it astray, and he's proud that the heart it came into there tonight, because there was points where Joe Lauzon almost was able to take that fight, but it never happened. And Adam Dina, thank you for sharing that with us.
So, with our next fight coming up, Brett, as you can tell, it was Tyron Woodley against Kevin Gastelum. As you can say, he came in, I'm not going to say a little overweight, extremely overweight. Here's 170, here's 180, way off to the side, and he was over here to the side. So not only that happening, him being hospitalized, I'm guessing he was hospitalized due to being maybe fatigue, dehydrated, everything else. And you know what? I thought I thought Calvin still had him in him, but you know what? He didn't. It was pretty much Tyron Woodley all over him. Like, maybe the second round might have been Calvin, but you know what? Calvin kind of gave it to what he had, but I think personally he just kind of started gassing out and he felt the punches were happening from Woodley. I think Woodley definitely had the better edge in this fight, Brett.
The weight cut thing was a little weird. In all honesty, there's been times I've been exercising myself, and I'm not sure if I'm doing the right things, but when I'm dehydrated, I just drink a bunch of water. I don't know what this hospital thing was about. I thought this was all just a little weird.
I think he had a bad weight cut, to be honest.
It was a bad weight cut.
He's probably laid off the cheeseburgers or whatever happened.
I read a comment online that Mike Dolce is somewhere laughing, and believe me, I laughed. I don't want to bring it into it, but I have no choice because he took a little bit of.
Some people might agree with us, like BJ Penn. There's a couple other people out there might be kind of swearing by this, but
yeah. And what Gaslam, all jokes aside, he did disappoint me when he did not make that weight. And the biggest weight missing I've ever seen actually came from number one contender to the light heavyweight title, Anthony Johnson. I think it was like 8 pounds.
Yeah.
This was like 9 or 10 pounds.
This is 10 pounds over, technically.
This is crazy. He came in and he did not fight the same. They mentioned that right away in the first round. So if you've never seen Gaslam or Woodley really fight before, then yeah, it was a very different fight for both of them. I've never seen them both just hang back like that. I thought it was more of a snoozer, but it was a great fight. It wasn't like it was boring. But we could have seen better. I could have went either way, but I did give it to Woodley myself. But not impressively. Does Woodley come up and make a title run? I don't know. He's going to have to...
I think he has 2 fights before that even happens.
We got about 4 or 5 fighters standing in front of that area that I think could totally get the job done. Gaslam was one of those guys I thought was going to get her done, and it just simply never happened.
Why don't we ask our female correspondent here, Miss Adam Dina, how do you think this fight rolled out?
I'm a pretty girl.
So, yet again, you heard it from the horror's mouth that he's a pretty girl. So, with that being said, this is going to be the main event here.
What I think that Adam Dino was trying to touch on there is that Tyron Woodley displayed a lot of heart tonight. He went out there, he got the job done.
And made weight cut.
Absolutely. He made weight. He came in, he did everything pro, and we all owe it to him, whether we like him or not. Gaslam's going to have to sit this one back for just a little bit longer.
Yep. Okay, so yet again what I said with the main event coming up, it was Anderson Silva against Nick Diaz. So, as I said before, a huge Silva fan. I was happy to see him win. You can see the repercussions by Miss Adam Dina looking so beautiful tonight. It's like how was it said before? A sunset over an ocean breeze. I can keep on going on all these metaphors, but I'm not. So basically what happened was, in my opinion, the first round was definitely Diaz. Like, he was just messing with Silva. But after that, it was nothing but Silva being all over Diaz. Like, Diaz was coming there, taunting him, trying to get the strikes on. But one thing I noticed with, you little son of a freaking person, was Silva came on there. Every time he landed a flush connection with him, Diaz would respond back with the equally same power. And with the decision tonight, I don't think that's much of a surprise to anyone. I definitely gave it 4-1 rounds. Brett, what's your takes on these fights?
Well, this fight, like I said, I love Nick Diaz. I'm a huge Nick Diaz fan, but I did not think that he was going to be able to get this done on Anderson Silva. The only mistake I made was thinking that Anderson Silva would finish Diaz inside of the first round.
I thought it was going to be second round, personally.
No, it was more competitive, and I give Nick Diaz his props. His striking in round 1 was that was definitely the sharpest area. He came out doing a lot of taunting. That was a lot of fun.
That was funny.
That was so fun.
When he lay on the ground, that was very it kind of seemed like he was poking fun at Tally's ladies.
Yeah, and you know what? It could have been, right? But Anderson Silva didn't play into it. He didn't fall into Diaz's game. And once Silva started to loosen up, and if you're a huge Anderson Silva fan, I don't want to play no card of like I'm too old or anything, but once he started to loosen up, he still didn't throw some of the crazy dynamic attacks that he is known for, which I actually expected him to do. And just
But you know what? That could be. We can kind of speculate this on his leg, but then again, he proved us wrong. He started throwing the leg kicks, and he showed that leg did not bother him whatsoever.
And you know what? He comes back from a tough test. You bring up a great point. He comes back from that challenge, and he's fighting one of the best 170-pounders we know, moving up to 185. It must have been an honor. It's a great win. Anderson Silva, is he ready for a rematch with Chris Weidman?
Not yet. I think he has another 1 or 2 fights before that.
I'm going to have to, speculate that myself. I agree with you on that speculation 100%. I think he's going to need another fight. Show me, but he did get the job done. Nick Diaz, a man with balls the size of grapefruits, comes in. And you know what? Lasts the entire 5 rounds. Beautiful fight all around. The only fault Nick Diaz had tonight going for him,
I think it was his corner telling him that saying he's winning the fight when they should have told maybe the truth.
Nick Diaz comes out at the end saying that he thought he won every round. That's a bold statement.
We all know that you should never leave in judges' hands. If you think you're in the fight, you should end the fight.
End the fight.
If you leave in judges' hands, shit can happen, and it's always possibly the worst, like Ross Pearson, Diego Sanchez. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I understand.
So with that being said, here is our next pretty girl that's going to be talking up here. As you can see, I won this challenge, and this very respectable call girl, Adam Dina, is very upset. So Adam, what's your take on these fights? He's smoking like a fancy girl, by the way. Pretty girl. So as you heard it from that, he's a pretty girl.
Well, I think I agree with.
So are you saying
Adam
you're
Dina.
like more? He's like a Groot. You're a rocket. You can kind of feel what he's saying.
Well, I'm trying to touch on what I think that Adam Dean is really trying to say, and that Nick Diaz. This is not the end of him. This isn't the last we're going to see of him.
I think.
Oh, sorry.
Diaz
I'm not trying to look at James Madigan's sexy bits. Ding. That is not the case at all. I just have this bad habit of dropping my head whenever I'm around a very beautiful female. You know what? We'll get into that after the show goes off the air.
Pretty.
But absolutely, Nick Diaz is a marvel, and he'll be back. He's going to be fighting in the UFC another couple times. I already know this. Anderson Silva got the job done tonight. If Diaz fought him again, hey, maybe he'd do better, but that's not going to happen right now. I kind of look forward to seeing what move he's going to make right now. Very curious, Nick Diaz, though. Welcome back to the UFC, and you did a great job against Anderson Silva. Adam Dina, did I represent you 100% correctly, would you say, sir? Or ma'am?
I'm a pretty girl.
So that being said, basically he does agree. So this is us signing off. I gotta say, shout out to the Bruins here. My man here wearing the best jersey in the world, number 77.
Wow, you know, what are you gonna do? Bork is the man.
Oh yeah, I gotta agree with that. And you know what? Bruins won tonight, 3-2. Oh come on! Why'd you have to do that? Anyways, this is FATMMA signing off.
I'm a pretty girl.
And we're signing off with I'm a pretty girl. Have a good night, guys.